What is up, YouTube? G3 Iron here, and private leagues are now live. So let's go and take a look at all of the wonderful, juicy details and get to know exactly what are the options for leagues. I'm going to be releasing a league just to try it out here. We'll do like the standard 10-day league, but we're going to get more into that in a little bit. So let's first dive into the announcement, and then we can talk more about leagues and league types that you would like. You can, of course, leave us a comment down below for what sort of league you would like to participate in. I am going to be hosting a 10-day league here. I think I'm going to start it later on this week, but I'll make a separate video about that with all of the details and all the options before we actually go live, because there's a couple of us that are interested in trying this out and seeing what it's like. So without further ado, private leagues are now live. Last week we announced the long-awaited introduction of private leagues, a paid option that allows you to create your own league with friends and select mods that increase the difficulty of Path of Exile. We're happy to announce that these are now available for purchase. This post includes details of how to get yours set up, crowdfunding options, and an FAQ about how they work. How to create a private league. To create your own private league, head over to this link. On this page, you have an option to create a new private league and view the existing private leagues you're playing, which this link, I've got this pulled up here that's nice and handy. This is what it looks like. It just shows private leagues. Hey, which leagues do you have? And then you can click on create new private league, and this is the tab that it'll pull up. We'll look more in depth at this in just a moment. Once you've clicked the create button, you'll be able to select your own league name, league type, league mods, duration, and player capacity. You'll have the option to pay for the league yourself or select crowdfund. How to crowdfund your private league. Once you've created your private league, you can invite people to crowdfund by entering their account name, or you can send them the link to your page and they can request an invite. You can send your mutual friends and guildmates with ease from the drop-down list, Invite Account. Once your league has been created, players can find it in the list of currently running events on the character selection screen. In case you missed it, here's a recap of the pricing mods that are available. Scroll further down for the FAQ. So, pricing. Private league costs 120 points to create. By default, they last 10 days and have 10 player slots. Additional blocks of 10 players can be purchased for 60 points. Additional blocks of 100 players can be purchased for 600 points. Additional blocks for 10 days can be purchased for 60 points. Additional blocks of 30 days can be purchased for 180 points. Additional mods that make the game more challenging can be added for free at league creation. You can add additional player slots and days at any time once the league has started. Currently, you can't extend a league beyond 2 months in length, as the system is new and we're still experimenting with it. League difficulty mods. During league creation, the following mods can be added at no additional cost. Mods that separately increase monster damage, life, speed, elemental damage, and number of projectiles. These mods often come in several tiers and make monsters harder in various ways. You can add whichever combination of these various mods you desire to increase the challenge of monsters in the league. Oh boy. So, reduced player resistances. Having a blanket resistance penalty not only makes combat harder, but also increases the difficulty of finding a set of perfect gear that meets all your resistance needs. No stashes. This one's for true masochists without the ability to store items for later. Characters in no stash leagues need to live off the land with constraints that make completing Path of Exile a lot more challenging. You can parent to an SSF league to disable trade, guaranteeing that your characters are fully self-sufficient. No magic or rare item drops. In leagues of this type, you can only find normal and at their usual rate unique items, so you have to use every currency item you find to add mods to your gear. I think I want to try this one, but anyway. You'll find yourself actually using orbs of transmutation, running out of essences, and treasuring every chaos orb for its intended purpose. Trade values of currency items will be extremely different in leagues like this due to opportunity cost. No vending. In a no vending league, you can't buy items from or sell items to NPCs in town. You're still able to complete quest objectives, but can't rely on vendor recipes or NPC shops to gear up. Famine. In Famine leagues, your life, mana, energy shield, and flask do not refill when you go to town. This can be added alongside other mods to create the ultimate live-off-the-land league. Imagine playing that league in hardcore. Yuck! We have plans to add even more mods to the system, such as item durability, where item quality can become negative with use and the item is destroyed when it hits negative 20. Many of these existing mods can be designed to create leagues that are like the Iron Man modes that players enjoyed with old-school action RPGs in the 90s. Adding durability, turning off vendors, flask refills, and stashes lets you test yourself using only the items that Ray class serves up to you. Alternatively, you could add a pile of punitive monster mods and experience extremely tough combat in a fresh economy. With mods like these, even the existing campaign and low maps can be made extremely challenging for our best players. Once a league has started, the mods cannot be changed. This is so that players who complete difficult objectives in the league can easily demonstrate that all the mods were present at the point at which it was achieved. Does the whole league migrate at once, or can players opt to migrate out at any time? Players can migrate out at any time using functionality identical to the existing solo self-found leagues. Private leagues never forcibly migrate everyone at once. If the league runs out of time, then characters can't access it until more days are purchased. If everyone decides that it is over and no one wants to extend it, then players can migrate characters out when they are ready. Will we be able to play the current expansion content in the private leagues? Yes, you have to create a new private league for it. You can't add the new expansion mod onto an already running private league. So that's an important note. If we create a Delve League, we're not going to be able to add on to that Delve League with the 3.5 stuff. So during this month or two where there's going to be an overlap of Delve and 3.5 of content, we won't be able to overlap that in the same league, at least as they have it presently constituted now. So just buyer beware of that. You won't be able to play 3.5 and Delve at the moment in a private league. Can you complete challenges in private leagues? Yes. If your league is parented to a current challenge league, then you can complete that set of challenges just like how Hardcore or SSF work currently. There are also leagues that make the game harder. Will league-specific items be able to drop, or are they immune from the rule? For example, some of them drop only incursion or delve mods on rares. The leagues follow exactly the same rules as the one they are parented to. If you are playing in a private delve league, then items drop as they would in a regular delve league, with the exception of any specific mods you have applied that change these rules. Interesting. Cool. Does this mean we can play the new expansion in a private league with a group of friends and have the same benefits? Yes. If you apply no mods to make the game harder, then the only difference is that your trade group is restricted to those friends and you need to permanently migrate out of the league to be able to trade with more players. How will the trade website handle the private leagues? While you're logged into Path of Exile, your Path of Exile account, you'll be able to search in private leagues that you are currently a member of. Awesome! Awesome. Now, for those of you instantly that are reading that and going, oh, but this is Grinding Gear Games, making everybody go to their trade website. 2 years ago, they didn't have a trade website. All of us were complaining that they would have a trade website to compete with third-party trade websites. And now that they have one, now we're complaining that they're asking everybody to use it that's using private leagues. So just stop complaining and be happy. Just be happy. Just be happy that we have trade-supported private leagues. This is great. How does the crowdfunding aspect work? If I create a league, will I have to collect people's names and donations? If you crowdfund a league or an extension of duration or players, then anyone invited to that league can contribute points to the total. If everyone chips in a few points, it should be easy to reach that goal. There's no need to manually manage individual donations. You can invite people up to the capacity you are currently crowdfunded for. How do invitations work? You can invite players by their account name. It's also easy to invite mutual friends and guild members. Is there a maximum player limit? It's set to 1,000 currently. This may be raised in the future. Holy cow, imagine a 1,000-player private league. That's a lot of people. Does the no vending mod include skill gems? You can receive quest rewards, including skill gems, but can't buy items, including skill gems, from their actual shop. Hey, so that means that Lily at Act 6, bye-bye. You can't just buy all your items or all your gems. Man. Will there ever be sales on private league creation? We are not planning on any promotional discounts in the next few months, but may run some in the future. Will there be ladders? Yes, you can access the ladder for a private league from its webpage. Will you be able to use vendors and hideouts in no vendor leagues? No. The intention with this mod is that you have to live from the land and only use items that Rayclass has provided for you. How does global chat work? Can we moderate it? We had a tough decision about whether to share chat with the parent league, like SSF leagues do, or have completely isolated chat for private leagues. We decided in the end to share it so that players in private leagues can still talk with players who are playing in the equivalent regular league. If players in the private league want to talk privately, we encourage them to use private, global chat channels, guild chat, etc. If this becomes a problem, we will investigate other solutions in the longer term. Global chat moderation is still performed by us. If you report someone's toucan, it will be dealt with in the same way, regardless of which league it came from. That's great. What can league owners and officers do? The league owner can invite players and set up new crowdfunds to increase the player capacity and duration of the league. They can also promote players to officers. Officers can also invite players. There you go. What can I do if I have used slots to invite some players and I want to remove them? You can remove someone if they have no characters in the league or have not been online in the last 2 weeks. You can't remove someone who has crowdfunded towards the league in the last 2 weeks. How do Elder and Shaper items work in the no magic and rare items drop private leagues? Like other items, they drop as normal white and must be crafted before they have mods. From Bex, posted November 11th. All right, so there you go. So private leagues are now live. This is what the page looks like when you go to create the name. So, you know, if we were to create a league, call it the G3 Patrons League, or, you know, whatever. We can select the league type: standard, hardcore delve, SSF delve, SSF hardcore delve, SSF standard, SSF hardcore. You can do whatever you want. You can add players over here on the right-hand side. You can add duration over here on the right-hand side. It's you know, a checkout style cart with the cost of the league over here, and the total cost is summed up here for what it is. So as you add, you know, extend another 10 days, it'll add the price over here. If you want to add another 100 players, it'll change the price and ultimately changes the price over here. You can crowdfund it, etc. And then here are each of the options to actually change the league. You can increase monster damage 1, increase monster damage 2, which is 20%, increase monster life 1, increase monster life 2, increase monster speed. That's going to be creepy. Monsters have 10% increased attack, cast, and move speed, or 20% increased. Increased elemental damage from monsters 1 or 2. 30% of physical damage is extra. Oh, that's scary. That's the Shaper mod. Just gets added to all monsters. That's freaky. You're going to be on Twilight Strand and stuff is going to be chunking you just because you have no resistances. Our monsters fire 2 additional projectiles. Holy cow, they have the helm enchant from the lab. Life, mana, energy shield do not recharge while you're in town. That's the famine. Players have -20 to all resistances. We might do this one. This one or this one. 20 or 40 to all resistances. That would be fun. Fun. No stash. Players have no access to the stash or guild stash. No magic or rare item drops. Items of magic or rare rarity will not be dropped. They can be crafted. And no vending. All right, so there you go. Those are the options right now as it stands. And so that's private leagues. So those of you that are interested, leave a comment down below if you're interested in playing in a private league. I'm going to probably set one up and probably have it released this weekend or later on this week. But again, another video to come with details on that. But let us know down below if you'd be interested in playing in a private league, because this all looks really, really fun, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm certainly going to enjoy it. If nobody else enjoys it, I'll at least enjoy it, and I'll make videos of me enjoying it. So anyway, have a great rest of your day, Exiles.